Okay, today is 4th of July, 2012, and I am trying out my Father's Day gift from my daughter Jessica and my son-in-law Keith. Thank you very much. It is the Ready Check barbecue remote transmitter and receiver, and it is the ET732, I believe. Yep, the ET732. There is an ET730, I believe, is what they call it, but it's more squared. But this is the newest model out. This goes up to 300 feet, which is kind of a nice feature. And YouTube shows some folks getting up to about 325 feet. So I'm only going to need around 100 feet at the most. So anyway, so it has the interesting part about this. It has two leads coming out of the transmitter. And as you can see, as the temperature changes, it alternates back and forth between the meat temperature and the chamber temperature at the same time. So it syncs up with that. So you have two leads coming out. One goes to the chamber temperature on your grill, and then the other goes right into your meat. So that is definitely a nice feature. So you don't have to run out here in the heat over a hot smoker every 30 to 45 minutes checking on your meat temperature throughout the day. So I will check back and let you know how this operates throughout the smoking process. I usually go about an hour per pound. This is a pork shoulder. It's a pork butt, I believe. And roast, and it usually go an hour per pound at around 220. And right now I'm a little high at 297, so I'm going to have to let this come down just a bit. And I think it's because it's flaming up because I've had this open. So more to come. Okay, a couple more things about this. As you can see, I'm on the inside now and relaxing in the cool. And temperature for the chamber is now at 275, 273 falling. Finally getting that to down around 220, 210 is really where I'd like for that to be. So I think I've got that set now where I normally have it, and it's just falling down to that temperature. The top is meat setting is at 135 now, so that's doing well. I meant to mention that this is a Maverick Ready Check 730 ET732. The old one was the Maverick ET73, and so that was one that required you to take the back off to turn it off. You had to take the battery compartment off. So they've done it now with all these soft touch buttons here where you can just actually push this button here to turn everything off. So that's kind of a nice feature and upgrade. And it's actually got some other features I meant to mention here. It's got it's backlit, which is a really nice feature. And you also have high and low settings for alarm. You have your low setting for your food, which I have set at 175 because I want to make sure that is actually, that's for the chamber. My apologies. I don't want it going any lower than 175. And then the chamber temperature is set at 250 for the high. So it will give me an alarm if it's over that. Currently it's 273. I have the alarm, which is here, turned off. So once I get underneath there, I will activate the alarm. And then, of course, the food has also a temperature setting of a minimum setting so that you can make sure that you reach that temperature as well. So I would probably for pork, and I think I have that currently set at 180. So I want to make sure that I stay at least 100 and between. I think I have it set between 160 and 180. I want to make sure that I achieve that to kill off any bacteria. So that is some really nice features with this. And I will be checking back in as we continue throughout the day. One other thing I meant to tell you is it also has a timer. So on the mode setting here, not only do you hit it once for your backlight, but you can also hit it again or hold it, I believe, and then it will take you to the hours. So I currently have this set for 9 hours, and when it reaches that 9-hour period, it will also go off. So it's really a nice unit all in all, and we will see how it continues to monitor throughout the day. and I'll check back with you soon. Okay, as you can see, I'm now under the 250 degrees, and it's starting to get down to where I want it, around 210, 220 degrees. So I will go ahead and activate then my alarm, and you'll see some icons pop up here once the alarm is activated. So let me go ahead and do that, and then those little icons came on. So once I get it down, I will now I'll be able to know when it will give me an alarm if it drops below or flames back up. I'm using a Big Green Egg as the smoker, and those are actually pretty stable. I've just got to adjust the vents to stabilize the temperature ratings there. I did meant to mention that the old model, this is the ET732, the old model, the ET73, only had 100 foot range, where this one has 300. So that is another nice upgrade on this unit as well. So I will continue to, I guess now it will monitor and let me know if things start to go above or below the temperature settings. As my food temperature now starts to rise, it's now leveling out to where this isn't as high as it used to be, so this will probably raise a few degrees every hour till I reach the 160 minimum mark for the internal temperature of the meat. And at that point, I would say probably another 3 or 4 hours from now, we should definitely be ready to pull it off. Okay, I realize this isn't actually part of the review for the remote thermometer, but if you ever get a chance to get your hands on one of these tools, these basting tools here, they're really nice. I use this for a number of things. Today I have apple juice in it since I'm doing some pork, and of course it holds your juice in here and runs up through, and has these kind of plastic, I guess more rubbery. It's the newer style Teflon type brushes, but this is really a nice feature to when you're having things outside, you don't want bugs to get into your juice, and or it's obviously it's still going to heat up, but at least keeps the bugs out of everything, and it really is a useful tool if you ever get a chance to pick one up. I definitely would recommend it. Just thought I'd throw that. Okay, so just as a test, I wanted to make sure that if my chamber went over 250 degrees that it would give me a warning, and it is. So that is a really nice feature, so you don't have to sit and watch this thing. It does kind of double as a belt clip, if you will. And I don't know why you would have 300 feet of I guess if you happen to be the man about your neighborhood that likes to wear it on your waist and be over talking with the neighbors, I guess that's maybe a nice nice feature to have. Probably a little geeky, but still, this is a very nice feature, so you can just relax and watch TV and not have to have this sitting next to you. Once you set your ranges, you can and then rely on the alarms to tell you either the timer going off telling you that your meat should be done, or your temperature ranges being outside of the parameters that you set. So I would say that that is a definite winner in my book. So we'll continue. I'll get this, go out and turn the temperature, adjust the vents to get the temperature down, and continue to play with this thing to see what great features it offers. Okay, as you can see, I'm now with the chamber temperature right at 200, which is really right where I want it. It's been like this for several hours, and my meat temperature is 181. So even though you might think it's done, I still like to keep it on there a while, get a good bark on the smoke, little smoke ring, if you will, throughout the meat. And so we'll let this run probably another couple of hours and take it off at that time. Okay, doing another base to it, and we'll close it back up. Okay, it's now under the temperature that I had it set for the chamber. I was just out to do a final baste, and it dropped under the 175, so I closed it back up and came in and it was beeping. So that's really a good feature as well. So it was over before, and now the test for it showing under, and as soon as it reaches, I closed it up again, so as soon as that goes back up in temperature over 175, the beeping stopped, just like right there where it went over the 175 and jumped to 180. So Definitely works in both directions. Definitely a nice unit. We'll check back. Should be able to pull it off here in about an hour. Okay, we are finally done. By the looks of the bone back here, it's separated from the meat, and we've got an internal temperature of meat of 176, and we are, pardon me, 187, and I have 176 because the barbecue is open. So I would definitely say that this did its job and worked wonderfully. It just went underneath the minimum because I've got the lid open. So I would definitely recommend this product. Thank you.